So Dillian Whyte, he's planning on taking legal action against the WBC about the date of his fight and his mandated title shot. Dillian Whyte, 27-1, 18 KOs, the WBC mandatory, and he's supposed to be fighting Tyson Fury on February 2021. Now Tyson Fury is the WBC champion. He beat Deontay Wilder, so the obligation is for Tyson Fury to fight the man Dillian Whyte. Now Dillian Whyte, he became the WBC mandatory last July when he beat the man Oscar Rivas in a title eliminator. Pause. Gotta stop the show right there. You see the title, right? You see the title, right? Dillian's White, Eddie Hearn's stepchild. He ain't getting no title shot because he be lying. And that's what it comes down to. And his fans out here be lying, and he ain't got no real fans. They only like the guy because the man used to be on Deontay Wilder's neck. That's just the truth of the matter. I've listened to these guys who like Anthony Joshua. They only like the man Dillian Whyte when it comes to him being on the man Deontay Wilder's helmet. Okay? When it comes to Dillian Whyte talking shit and wanting smoke with the man Anthony Joshua, guess what these Anthony Joshua fans do? Who loathe the man Deontay Wilder, but only support Dillian Whyte because he be on Wilder's helmet. Now the tables turn and they flip the script. They don't like the man Dillian Whyte when he has anything to say about the man Anthony Joshua. You know what I mean? They talk about how he turned about X amount of pounds or dollars to fight the man. I think last year when the man decided to go ahead and fight the man Jarrell Miller, who obviously fight didn't happen because he tested positive for steroids. You know what I mean? So that's why this man Dillian Whyte hasn't gotten this title shot. You ain't gonna come tell me B Marsh Boxing, a man who's knowledgeable about this boxing game, who follows this shit through and through thick and thin. You ain't gonna come and tell me this clown named Dillian Whyte has been a mandatory for over 1,000 days. Get the F up out of here. Who you think you talking to, man? I watch boxing. I've seen this guy parade around with the fake ass WBC belt. And he became the mandatory when he beat Oscar Rivas, a fight that he was probably juiced to the gills, and he still got dropped, and we still never seen the B sample till this day. That's why this clown ain't never get no title shot. Grown ass man, 30 plus years old, slim, still got a motherfucking mohawk. Are you serious? I like we say in DC, you Obama, Joe. He at Bama, Mo. You know what I mean? He can't be having no mohawk as a grown ass man. Are you serious? So, like I said, Dillian Whyte earned his WBC mandatory shot in July last year of 2019 when he beat Oscar Rivas in a title eliminator. Of course, Whyte was the mandatory for Deontay Wilder, but Wilder lost to Tyson Fury. So now Tyson Fury is the guy who has to give this guy Dillian Whyte a shot. But Dillian Whyte is looking to take legal action, and even if he takes legal action, it might not help his situation of getting that WBC title shot against Tyson Fury. You know what I mean? You check it. I'm gonna read you some words from the man Mauricio Suleiman, the WBC president, and he talks about Dillian Whyte's mandatory status, and he says, "quote There is a procedure with regards to the date of the mandatory in the heavyweight division. Upon direct advice of WBC legal counsel, I am not in position to discuss any further." End quote. There you go. The words from Mauricio Suleiman. Dillian Whyte's fake ass fans. Take it how you want. Fury, he says that he's only going to fight Dillian Whyte after he beats Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua, and he has quote unquote air quotes 2 fight deal with the man Anthony Joshua. I believe it when I see it. That's all I'm gonna say of that as of right now. You know what I mean? So if that's the case, if Tyson Fury has to first fight Deontay Wilder in the contracted, obligated fight in the third fight, and then 2 fights with the man Deontay Wilder, I'm sorry, Anthony Joshua, that means that the man Dillian White could still be looking at 2022 for his title shot. You know what I mean? You check it. Uh, Bob Arum and what's his name? What's the guy from England? Fish Eyes. What's his name? Frank Warren. They say that they want to talk to the WBC about basically trying to eliminate the mandatory that Dillian White is. You know what I mean? And basically look at the option of having Tyson Fury as a franchise champion, which would basically make him scot free from not fighting the man Dillian White. He wouldn't be obligated to fight the man Dillian White if he's given the mandatory, I'm sorry, the franchise shot. You know what I mean? And franchise champions, they're not obligated to defend against any mandatory defenses. You know what I'm saying? Um, Eddie Hearn would like the man Tyson Fury after he fights and beats Deontay Wilder, he would like the man to face Dillian White in February of 2021. Then the winner of Dillian White versus Fury in 2021 February could face Anthony Joshua, and the first fight would be summer of 2021. So that would mean that the man Tyson Fury would have to fight 3 times in 2021. If you ask me, I think that's not gonna happen. That man ain't gonna fight no damn 3 times, 3 hard grueling fights. Nah, I'm sure Eddie Hearn would like that for Dillian White to get a shot at Tyson Fury, and even if he loses, that would actually put more wear and tear on the man Tyson Fury when he goes into a fight with Anthony Joshua. You know what I mean? You check it. The man Dillian White has been infatuated with the WBC belt when Anthony Joshua is right there with 3 straps. Why they never tried to make that fight? I know the man turned down some money once, you know what I mean, to fight the man Anthony Joshua, but he's infatuated with the WBC belt. Maybe because he's been paying a shitload of sanctioning fees, you know what I mean, to hold that fake WBC title he got. You check it. Tyson Fury ain't gonna fight no 3 times in 2021. He's already made it quite clear he ain't gonna fight the man Dillian White up until he beats Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. Then Dillian White can get a shot. You know what I mean? Excuse me. As a matter of fact, Tyson Fury thinks that it's another article where Tyson Fury says that Dillian White won't go far by suing the WBC. I'm gonna read you some quotes from the man Tyson Fury, what he has to say about Dillian White taking legal actions. And I'm gonna tell you like this: me personally, I think nothing's gonna happen. I personally think nothing's gonna happen. I don't know if the man, I don't even know if this man Dillian White has officially taken, you know, gone and hired an attorney and is pursuing legal action to get his mandatory spot. You know what I mean? You check it. Um, okay. Mauricio Suleiman, I'll read you some quotes. He says, quote, there's a procedure with regards to the date of the mandatory in the heavyweight division, end quote. I think I read that. I want to read some quotes. That with basically Tyson Fury saying that man ain't gonna go nowhere. Dillian White, if he does want to press the action and sue the WBC. Words from Tyson Fury. He says, "quote He won't go very far with suing because everything has been put on hold, hasn't it? It's like the world has been put on hold, so everything has got move along with the holdback. I was supposed to fight Wild in July, but that's not happening now. I'm not going to sue from it because it's the pandemic, and obviously I won't get anywhere. I'm sure his lawyers know what they're doing." End quote. And this is Tyson Fury talking to Behind the Gloves. Basically, Tyson Fury is going talking about how he's not really even focusing on Anthony Joshua, Dillian Whyte, or or Deontay Wilder. Anybody right about now. He says, quote, whoever is available at the time, you have to fight. These fights with Wilder, Joshua, and White, they're all a million miles away anyway. So I'm not thinking about them much at the moment. I'm thinking about staying fit and active. There's not much I can do about anything because at the moment I'm signed to face Deontay Wilder. I know he's not going to not take the fight. He has to take the fight because it's the biggest available money for him. Anything can happen in that fight. If he knocks me out, then there's no rematch clause again, and then he'll probably have to fight Dillian White or Joshua or whatever. We can only take one fight at a time. Although I'm very confident in my ability, I'm not Houdini. I can't see the future. I can't see who's going to fight next or whatever. As for Dillian White, they all want to fight at the moment, but there's no fight. We all know there are no fights, so it's not even a possibility if we wanted to. It's not going to happen. End quote. You heard it from Tyson Fury. That's what he's basically talking about. Dillian White just basically yapping. And we're going to see if the man really takes legal action and tries to sue the WBC. And we'll see whether the WBC will take that with a grain of salt, or will they just may possibly drop the man from the rankings. Period. You know what I mean? I don't see anything positive coming out of him suing the WBC unless he can be guaranteed a title shot immediately if he so does happen to win in arbitration in the course of in litigation. You know what I mean? So we shall see. But at the end of the day, Dillian White ain't getting no title shot because he been lying to y'all. Nut ass YouTube channels out here keep talking about he ain't had it's been a mandatory for 1,000 days. Please stop the BS. It's not even been a year. Are you serious? It's not even been a whole 12 months. And y'all fellas just regurgitate everything from this goofy dude, Dillian White mouth, and then just come and say him on your YouTube channel, man. Like McLovin from that movie Superbad says, man, read a fucking book for once, man. Go do your research first. And look how long he's been the mandatory. Everybody knows that fight with Oscar Rivas, which is a tainted fight, should have an asterisk on it. Everybody knows that was a WBC title eliminator. Whoever wins that fight is the mandatory for the WBC heavyweight title. You know what I mean? And we know what it really is. You know what I'm saying? The fact that Dillian White just says anything and everything out of his mouth when it comes to Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder has a lot of haters out here. People who loathe the man. They only hate him because of who he is, what he looks like, what he represents. You know what I'm saying? They don't like that till this day stuff. They don't like Deontay Wilder's just his whole aura, you know what I mean? You check it, that's what they don't like. They would rather demand Deontay Wilder be mute and quiet as a church mouse, something like Joe Lewis, you know what I mean? Well, that's not who he is, you know what I mean? And you ain't gotta like him, but you must respect him. And if you don't respect him, guess what? You ain't gotta give him no credit, cause your credit don't pay Deontay Wilder's cable bill, it don't feed his kids, it don't pay his mortgage for his big ass crib, and it don't make him the millions and millions and millions of dollars that he makes in boxing. Y'all tried to say Deontay Wilder is a nobody in boxing and he don't get no money. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he only gets $500,000 shorter of what the guy y'all praise Anthony Joshua gets. And guess what? Tyson Fury surpassing the man Anthony Joshua when it comes to getting that paper. You know what I mean? So who's laughing now? B Marsh Boxing. Leave your thoughts and comments. Let me know what y'all think about these cornballs. Josh Carew in the chat. How you doing, Josh Carew? He says, I don't get the hype around White. The hype is, Josh Carew, that he be on Wilder's neck. The Wilder haters are Anthony Joshua, nut huggers, and lovers. So he is the lesser of two evils. They don't really like Dillian White because when he wants that smoke with Anthony Joshua, they quick to say everything that he hasn't done in boxing or to show his transgressions, show that he's a steroid abuser. You know what I'm saying? they try when it comes to Anthony Joshua, the Wilder fans don't even be bringing that type of shit up. They be like, man, bring on that man Dillian White. He gonna get his ass knocked out. But when it comes to the AJ fans, they're going to show, oh, he didn't take that fight for that April 13th date in Wembley Stadium, or all this type of stuff. And even Anthony Joshua didn't even fight on that particular day. It was all a hoax. It was all a propaganda agenda. That's what Dillian Eddie Hearn be doing. You know what I mean? He's a spin master. You know what I'm saying? A spin doctor for sure. You check it. Yeah, Anthony Joshua, the last week has gone through all kinds. They've been dragging his name on social media, calling him all kind of racist, all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? Now the Caucasian fans over there in the UK who was fronting like they really Joshua fans. Nah, y'all only like Joshua because of the fact that, hey man, hey, we got the heavyweight world champion on our island of England. Well, let's root for the guy, man. This will never probably happen again. He got 3 straps. Let's enjoy the 15 minutes of fame while we can. Up until y'all got another champion in England, and this time the guy's Caucasian. Now it's guess what? It's time to throw the man Anthony Joshua under the bus. These fans are so fugazi, so fake, so fickle. Shit is amusing. Be much boxing. I'm gone. Peace. And by the way, Dilly White has been the mandatory since July of last year. Not no 1,000 days. So cut the BS. Peace.